Okay, the one guy in the mask, most likely. So we're in Times Square near the red steps. You got these guys reporting that the march has gotten here. So we have NYPD Legal and Taru 1, 2, Legal on the ground, of course. And we also have time for photos, guys. Sorry guys, I'm just switching to photos.
It feels good to be back in the streets. It feels good to be connected with each other. It feels good to hold space. It feels good to honor the black people in our lives. It feels good to honor the black people that we haven't even met yet. It feels good to honor the black young people that were just children. I would love for all of us to just close our eyes at this moment. We're not too close because you know I'm keeping kids here. Up 12. Up 12! Here's the China. discarded. We are here to uplift and to celebrate the black people that are not sung. We are here to celebrate the black people that are taken away from us violently, tragically. They are taken away from us. They were persons of God. It's made to acknowledge their life. It's made to acknowledge all of the beauty that they possess, all of the love that they pour into our communities. We are here today because we acknowledge that black lives matter, that black trans lives matter, and that we will continue to fight for the liberation of our people. We will fight for the liberation of all black lives because we are not here to keep in the thinking of the oppressed.
Okay, so they have legal Taru having a discussion. So
We are here to show the world that community is vast and beautiful. We are here to
my debate is whether or not they're doing it. This gentleman over here is most likely with the mayor's office, keeping an eye on what NYPD is doing, just to make reports, most likely.
stories are the richest.
And I'm only assuming that just because he seems to be more hands-off to what NYPD is doing.
These systems, these public safety, these oppressive systems will not give us liberation. We are here today because a brother, a son, a father of two babies was shot and killed in his front door. He was killed in front of his wife. He was killed while holding his flesh. This is the reality of black people. This is the reality when you are young black and trying to fight to live. This is the reality when public safety does not really respect your life. This is what happens when public safety thinks that they are the ultimate authority, that they have the power to extinguish when they're supposed to protect, when they are trained to be dutiful, when they are trained to honor. They do not honor. They terrorize. They publicly terrorize black and brown people in this community. All over this country. Week after week, another black life is slain. Week after week, we have to see a viral video of a black body being slain. What will happen to the young generation? What will happen to the young black queer, black trans, black angel that is seeing that what their life will? What is the life? What is the cost of life? That is what we ask. What is the cost of a black person living in this country? What will it cost? Because we will pay it. We will do what it takes to fight. We will do what it takes to live. It is our duty to live. It is our right to live. It is our right to hold space. It is our right. It is our right. And we are fucking tired of having to show and to explain and then what our lives deserve to live. You are the oppressor. NYPD, we're looking at y'all. We are looking at you. We're looking at all oppressive systems in this country. Systems that are supposed to support. Support is not what we receive. Support is not what we are given. What we are given, we are given your hatred. We are given your disrespect. We receive your foot on our necks. We receive your knee on the back of our necks. We receive your gunshots, bullet after bullet after bullet. At this point, it feels like we're at war. We are at war. We are in a domestic war against the police. We are in a domestic war against the systems. We are in a domestic war against politicians who will not advocate and vote for our freedom. Who will not vote for us to have real community, for us to have opportunities. There is no leadership when you do not vote for the people. There is no real leadership when you do not vote. for the people to sustain. Real ways to sustain.
Oh, beautiful.
That is what we are doing right now. A war. A war that we will win. A war that we will win. It is our right. We will no longer succumb to white supremacy. We will no longer succumb to white vigilance. We are no longer succumbing to white systems that will never acknowledge, will never really help black and brown people. It is a cycle of oppression with housing, with food insecurities, with healthcare, mental health care. We say it every week, but somehow, this is not right.
Can everybody hear me? Okay, we're in Times Square. Oh my God. Yeah, you're going to hear people screaming. You're going to hear cars. You're going to hear music. But one, you're going to hear a black trans woman trying to educate you. So I'm right here. That's not important. That's not important. I am. Because you ain't going to know what I'm about to say. And I want to talk to us about community and what community is. Community is not holding space on a day when another group of community members have been holding space for 26 days. 26 weeks, I'm sorry. Community is talking, is collaborating, is saying, what can I do for you? But that's fine because we all came out here for Casey Goodson. So I can let it slide. But we still need to acknowledge that. Because it should not be, which should we choose? Should we choose to go here or should we choose to go there? Because there are black people at both events. There are black people in both communities. How dare you try to make people choose which black people we should be fighting for? That is not community. And quite frankly, I'm tired of being the shady bit. Or what I do is considered shady, disrespectful. No. You don't get to make me a monster. You don't get to make me seem crazy. And quite frankly, if you're a photographer here and I'm hearing a lot of clicks, you click if you're not listening to me. Do not profit off of my expression, off of my anger. I'll give 2 examples. I was tagging a post and somehow I'm in a billboard in Brooklyn. How I found out, I was tagging it. I'm in the Museum of New York City. How I found out, I was tagged in it. These people are profiting off of me and don't even ask. So if you are here to listen, if you are here because you care, I don't think you could care about trying to capture a picture. But I'm not a photographer, so what do I know? But that being said, community is the greatest strength that we have. Because community is love, community is mutual aid, community is support. I mentioned this before, that being a black trans woman is about sacrifice. You have to do more. You have to give more. You have to advocate more. You have to be in the streets for 26 weeks. You don't get to take a week off. Because in that 1 week, you will be forgotten. There is no comparison between which black life is more important. Not to me. Every black life taken is sickening. It's systemic. It's horrible. Should make us all want to come out. But we don't. We don't all come out for every black life taken. We don't address the issues within our own community. Once a black man, a black cis man is murdered, we march and then we go to sleep. I don't have that luxury because once a black cis man is murdered, that means I could be murdered in an instant. But I continue to say this because I want it to register in your minds and in your hearts. I am not here for myself. If we are here for ourselves, then we should go home. We are here Lives Matter, thank you. Am I going to be beautiful while the police is raping me? Am I going to be beautiful dead in a ditch? Add it to the number. The 45th black trans woman killed in this country. Why should Queen have to say my name? I know she will. If I was to die tonight, she will be saying my name. She will go through that pain of saying her sister's name. Because she knows she doesn't get a break. Because nobody is going to say my name but this community. And that is not to spread hatred. And that is not to stun anybody. Because Black lives matter. Black cis men matter. The black cis hetero men that hate me matter. The black people in prison matter. The black people in prison are not slaves. They deserve a warm bed. They deserve a warm room. They deserve natural light to come into their cell. They don't deserve to work a penny a day. We need to acknowledge the white supremacy that is within each of us. Transphobia is white supremacy. Homophobia is white supremacy. That shit was taught to you. You can let it go. You have chosen to come out and fight for your life. Queen doesn't look any different from you. I don't look any different from you. Yeah, my wig is straight, but if I take it off, it's very much 4B hair. I am your sister. I am your sibling. I want to see you and I burning the White House down. Be there with you, not to protect me, but to stand by me. I want to be at the same table as you, writing that new declaration that acknowledges all black lives. Let me tell you something. Legislation right now, there is a few people running for city council who are using, they say, city council or small elected or city council elected a play on Black Lives Matter. You don't get to take Black Lives Matter and make it conform to what you want it to be, especially if you are a white politician. You don't get to take Black Lives Matter and make it something that will benefit you. How dare you? And that is what I'm talking about. We need to keep on educating these people because these white politicians, no matter how much they try, no matter if they're marching here with us, which they're not, no matter if they are, they still won't know how to help me. And I don't need you to know. I need to help myself and I need to help my community because that is what community building is. And we are here in Times Square to let the tourists know, baby girl, don't come to America. We got our own fucking problems. Send help, actually. Thank you. I will say though, here is expression is a powerful thing, and you should not be shamed for how you want to express yourself. Anger is necessary. Why should you suppress your anger? Why should you suppress your fear, your sadness? I have been trying to do that for so long, trying to make myself be Michelle Obama. I need to be myself. I need to be my original self because to this day, I'm still trying to conform to a society that don't come out for me. So I'm going to be my natural self. I'm going to speak my truth. And quite frankly, I'm speaking something right? I'm making some sort of sense. And now, to the queer people in this place that don't identify as black, that are white queer people. Sweetheart, what are you doing for me? Because I keep on hearing what I need to do for you because I'm in this position. Oh, so you're not really hearing me. I'm a black trans woman, therefore white queer people are liberated. There's white queer people all on these banners. Shawn Mendes, he's gay as hell. He's represented. I'm not. sure that all queer people have luxury housing, and everybody here can be treated with some privilege when they go home. But you gonna ask me what I'm doing for you? Me showing up, and I will continue to say this, me showing up in all this is everything for you. It's making sure that you can walk on these streets freely. It's making sure that you are socially accepted in this society. And I don't need no recognition for that. But quite frankly, I'd rather be in the protest. And I remember those days, just being a part of the protest, feeling that energy. Because there is so much work that has to be done. Acquiring housing, buying property, so that black trans women can get housing. Fighting. Fighting, not trying to pass legislation, no, fighting. That black trans women are at the forefront in healthcare. That whatever they need to make their body be who they are given, they are getting that access. And that's something we all need to strive for. And one thing is that George Floyd seeing his murder on a phone, I couldn't even watch it. It kills me. He, a straight, heterosexual, cis man, was my drive to come outside and fight. I am not here to pick sides. I am not here because black trans people matter the most. Black trans men know. Black people matter the most.
Yes.
Black people, I'm here fighting for black people.
Yes.
There is no division in this space.
Yeah.
I'm here to educate. I'm here for people to be able to unlearn things that they thought they knew. You don't know. And you never will. And I'm not expecting you to know my life. I'm expecting you to listen and to try, to show up, to work harder. But it's like preaching to the choir, because y'all my bitches. Y'all be showing up. And I'm so grateful. Y'all do the work. And I want to thank you for giving me this space, because you also give me this space. You also fight for me. You also listen to me. You also make me feel like I'm beautiful, like my life is worthy. And that is the strength and the beauty of community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Black lives! Black lives! Black families! Black families! Black women! Black women! Casey Goodson! Casey Goodson! Casey Goodson! Casey Goodson! Casey Goodson was a 22-year-old angel, providing for his family, providing for his community. To be killed on his doorstep. What message does that send to our community?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you what it says. This is the message that they will come for us. Honey, y'all know Kamala Harris said it. They will come for you. They are coming for you. When they kill us time after time, and they do not, they are not reprimanded. They are not brought to, they don't even get fired. They'll get suspended. They'll get transferred. That is a fucking reality. Is that these public servants are public terrorists. They will terrorize black people, even in their homes, on their way home, in their car. There is no safety here. There is no safety anywhere. We cannot hide. When they see us, what do they really see? When they see a black person, what do they see? Somehow they automatically think we're armed. Somehow they automatically think that we're going to attack, like we're animals. They do not see us as real human life. The sooner we all realize that, the sooner we can get them fucking abolished. Message. Because the reality is that no one is speaking. They're not shooting down 23-year-old white men for talking back to a police officer. Let's be real. They're not shooting white young women sleeping in their homes. They are not. They are not. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Because we are still here fighting. Protect the black lives that are still here fighting. We should not wait for another person to be killed to have to come out into the streets. We should be out here making sure that there's legislation that reflects black entrepreneurs, that reflects black success, that represents black individuals, that represents our future. This current administration travel, we ain't gonna talk about it. We're a month away almost. Oh, Jesus. I'm not the Lord of the country. Anyway, these systems will not protect us. These laws will not protect us. How is it that you can kill a young unarmed woman sleeping in her home? And somehow they are charged for for putting bullets in the walls. Then somehow a black life can get some severance package. And then we're all supposed to be okay. That randomly, black advocates, black warriors end up dead. People fighting for others, people fighting. History has shown us people just show and listen. Well, let me tell you all something right here. Black trans women, we ain't committing motherfucking suicide, okay? None of us are having committed suicide. We're fighting. We ain't giving up on life. We are still fighting. We're still here. And you will acknowledge us. You will respect us. You will bow down in front of a black trans woman's message. It is time for us to it is time for our ancestors to dance. It is time for black people to be loved in this country. And not just loved for a term. Not to be loved on a conditional term, but to be really fucking loved. As they would love a woman. As they would love anyone else. As they should love immigrants. As they should love the undocumented people that we are so ready to extinguish. We are people. Black lives. Black lives! Black lives! When we talk about leadership, when we talk about community, it is all married together. There's no this versus that. Leadership looks like you and I. Leadership looks like people who are fed up, waiting, who are fed up, and who will no longer wait anymore. Leadership looks like people standing up and fighting back. Standing up for people that they don't even know. Standing up for people that they should know. Standing up for the unhoused people who may not have a home to go to. Who will spend their nights from train car to train car. Who will spend their nights here over the exams. For dark. Who will make a pallet out of cardboard to sleep. But you walk past them all the time. You don't care. You walk past them and you leave them on the floor. You walk past them and you go into your lottery, luxury house. What a joy for a lottery luxury house. What a joy. And there's so many black trans people having to engage, having to do survival sex work. So that they can come to live, so that they can repurchase a new item to live. We're not asking for much. We should be asking for And we should get everything. But we'll start with Dr. Bush. That's it. Hold on. Y'all make some noise to my baby. Miss Josephine!
Hello, my name is Josephine Fantasia Perez with Larry Walker. And I'm here to say, right, the system is so fucked up. Because when I was in Rikers Island, I was basically molested and raped by correctional officers and they forced inmates to rape me. Basically, the system is so fucked up. They put me in the wrong housing. Where the fuck they wanted to put me. Law enforcement groups have committed police brutality towards me. I have been beaten by police in the Bronx. Fuck 12. And I need to say that we need to stick together as Black and Brown Lives Matter all over the United States of America. We need to fight until we win justice, protection and safety laws, trainings and education for the systems of foster care, training and education for the systems of the law enforcement group, training and education for programs and agencies about Black and Brown Lives Matter, because our lives matter all over, even as trans people, even as gays, even as lesbians, even as bisexuals, even as LGBT, gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender youth. I need to say that also women's lives matter. I need to also say whether you're lesbian, heterosexual, or bisexual, women's lives matter. I need to say that men's lives matter. Bisexual, heterosexual, and gay. I also need to say that all Black, brown lives matter in the United States of America. But when it comes to the system, their lives don't matter. Because if they're not here to protect us as Black and brown lives matter, their lives don't matter. Mission. I need to also say that we need to march as organizations, programs, agencies, jobs. Jobs need to come out here too. Black and brown businesses. They need to come out here and march with us when we have these Black and brown live protesters. I need to say communities, the projects, New York City housing. They need to come out here and protest and rally when we have these Black and brown live protesters and marches. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed. There's cop watch. There's security for protection also. We are here together fighting unitedly together for the systems can be better, for the programs and agencies can be better, for foster care can be better. Okay, I was also sexually abused and mentally and physically abused in the foster care system. As a trans woman, as a gay little feminine boy, as a butch queen up in drags. I was a victim of sexually abuse, sexually assault, all that. And I would not be a victim of that no more. Not from law enforcement groups. I will not be a victim anywhere in life. Period. Period. I'm a transgender woman, Hispanic of color. I am a brown life, and my life matters too. Black and brown lives matter. When I say Black and brown lives matter, I mean it. And I also mean that protesters' lives matter too, that march with us and rally with us. Because they're saving our lives as Black and brown lives. Now, when it comes to protecting us, that's what they're here for. And not only that, we need to stick together unitedly. Without fairness and equality and justice and human rights and civil rights and equal rights and liberation rights, where do we stand? Nowhere. But when we stand together as the United States of America, as brown and Black lives matter, we mean something. We do. Our lives mean something. We matter. I also need to say, cada uno de puñeto, como yo dice, immigration, la policía está matando mucha gente que son inmigración. So we need to fight. Velar con la policía, como yo dice. March, rally con la gente. Because your life matters too. What I said in Spanish is that immigrant lives matter too. And the ISIS is trying to take away our immigrant, trans people, lesbian and bisexual people when they're not safe in their own countries. Sometimes people in other countries that are gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender need human rights in them other countries too. They need safety and protection laws in the other countries too. Because a lot of transgenders, gays, lesbians, and bisexuals who are immigrants of color, who were black and brown lives, were murdered in other countries. It is time that black and brown lives all over the United States of America fight for justice and equality and equal liberation and human rights and civil rights all together as one. With the white allies that support us and protect us and keep us safe. So if you're for the cause, fight for the cause, and march with us, and rally and protest with us. Don't just be here for nothing.
Thanks so much, Coach Josephine. Before we leave, Miss Josephine said something that I just want to press on this. That's right. You got the deal there. If we have to train public safety to somehow learn to love us, you should not be public safety. If we've got to teach you how to accept someone that looks different from you, you should not be in this position.
Sorry guys, I'm taking a ground level just because I want to smoke and I also want to actually keep a better eye on what's happening. Because everyone else on the ground is arguing versus being aware of what's happening around. One, two, three, four, five, six. With the regular clothes and the coffee. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. On the other side over there, 32, 35. Side of the crowd, probably about 10. Well, yeah.
Well, now they're getting talked about. Kids are fucking. Just fucking drink a beer, chill, do your thing.
That is it.
You know, just let people be themselves as long as they're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it's great seeing you again, man. I always looked up to you. You're a real actor.
No,
You're not a poser, dude.
And
I've met a lot of posers.
I just do my thing, and I'll keep doing it no matter what.
Till victory or death.
Yeah, I could be freezing on the ground, sleeping up on a park bench somewhere, and I'd still be doing it. I'd drag my ass out just to do it for that.
You know what the great irony was? I didn't even know there was going to be a protest tonight. And I've been telling everybody, I said, don't think as Biden won that it's over.
Oh, no.
This is just the beginning. You know what? We replaced one crazy asshole racist white man with another crazy racist asshole white man. And
True.
Camilla Harris, she's a prostitute. That's the ultimate piece of shit.
Well, yeah.
So, you know, this is just the beginning. But you know what I love about you? Is you was always there. And you know what? I saw so many people occupy that would show up, just take a selfie, go to a GA meeting,
Well,
and go home.
that's always something that's always happening.
How many people did you know in Occupy that would
Well,
show up for like
well, yeah,
10 GAs for one
Sure.
event and not show up for
Sure.
the event?
I mean, a lot
Or
of
show
people
up
who
for
had
5
to do,
minutes,
who
hey,
did their
look at me.
things, they had to move on to other things. But yeah, you're right about
Some
that.
people, I think some people do this just because they think it's trendy. or
Well,
it's
yeah.
cool, and they want to fit in with something. I'm doing this because I believe it's the right thing to do.
Well, it is.
And I want more freedom, not less.
At the end of the day, everything you do should be just because it's the right thing to do. If you see something wrong, you can't just look sideways. You
If
can
you
act
have a
like
soul.
you'd love to do. I mean, a lot of times I love to just disappear, go off in the woods somewhere, but I can't do that. Things are too fucked up. And I just can't not do anything.
I could be in a
I'm not going to be
mansion in
silent.
Arkansas right now.
Well-
Instead, I'm staying in safe houses, so I count surfing.
Well, you know my opinion on that. You should have, last time, yeah, it would have been better if things had worked out and you had been there. It would have been better for you, I think.
I will say this about G. Hurst. It was a dead movement, but we brought it back.
Well, yeah.
And the event page was hosted by...
Yep.
See, I'm not perfect. None of us are.
No.
I'm a fuck up. I'm a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a womanizer. I'm a
Right.
bad person. But I'm fighting against evil. So,
Well, that's
so that
true.
makes me the good guy by default.
Well, that's it.
Look at King David. He did 2 good things with his life.
Well,
He slayed Goliath, and he fathered Solomon, the wisest man there lived. Other than that, he was a fuck up. He was a
Yep.
fuck up.
he messed up on a lot of things.
Noah was drunk.
Yeah.
Lot fucked his daughters. I mean, we're all just human beings, man. We're
Humans?
not men's little gods for God's little
No,
men.
it's not. Hey, take that. Same. So we have the seats over here, Taru, legal, and possibly no, over here is possibly City Hall. The liaison between City Hall and NYPD. I'm still not sure on how that whole thing's laid out. I just haven't had time. But so on that. I was busy talking. I was busy talking to an old Occupy comrade here in Times Square. Anyone who does know would actually, I don't have to mention who it is. It's just one of those things.
You tired of this window blasting each other,
So they seem to be breaking down part of this stuff, and I'm pretty sure the stuff is on the side sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and take the stream down just in case. If something happens, because as long as people here, I'm going to hang around. If something happens, I'll go up live. And if I do go up live, it's because of an emergency situation. So just keep an ear up in case I do go live over the next hour. Again, it's going to be because of an emergency situation. Other than that, solidarity forever. See you guys on the front lines.
and I was a bit uncomfortable.
Sorry,
and
guys.
I decided that my capacity, like I don't have the capacity to do perimeter. I can't do any of that right now. Like I can't fight. But what I can do is speak. I love to speak. I love to give speeches, and I have a lot to say. And thanks. And so I was like, you know what? I have the capacity to speak, and I came here. I messaged some people that I knew who were in contact with the organizers of Red House and the owners, and I was like, if I can get your permission, I would really like to speak. I really want to talk about what land back really is, and I really want to talk about kind of the indigenous experience, especially of the Pacific Northwest and of Oregon and Washington, and what this little hill and this building of like really what this means and how much weight it carries, especially for a lot of us. And they gave me permission, and I'm like so grateful, and I will be speaking a lot more tomorrow. I'm going to give a much more lengthy speech that I'm like going through all the different points that I want to talk about. But just real quickly, I just wanted to remind everybody, I think one of my biggest, from my perspective, grievances with how land back is being approached right now is that it's kind of being used as just a chant, and it is so much more than a chant. And like, it's kind of, I'm hearing it in the same way that, you know, we've shouted ACAB all through the years, really, and you can't, they're not the same thing. And I think it's really important for everybody to understand that it's land back and ACAB, they're not the same thing, and land back comes before ACAB.
Yes, right.
Amen.
That's
Facts.
right.
Facts.
Like, like, real, like, kind of a basis of what I see it as is, I think something that I felt people had a misunderstanding was that land back has to do with ownership. No. And we don't own the land. It's indigenous peoples, like, we are from the land. We are a part of the land. We were shaped from the earth. That's a creation story. And I don't need people to argue about me with where I came from. I came from the earth of this land. I don't need you to argue with me. Don't fucking do that. I'm tired of people just stop. Stop telling indigenous people where we're fucking from.
That's right.
Facts.
We know where we're from. Yeah, and like, it's land back because we're a part of a life cycle. We are one species in this whole cycle. We are just as important for the earth as the mushroom that you see on the side of the tree. We have the same life as that mushroom, and we have the same duty to be a part of the cycle as that mushroom or the deer or the grass or the trees do. Like, we are not separate from that. And I think a lot of people need to remember that land back is not just about us. You know, like, the salmon runs. What's happening is the Klamath River. The Klamath River is really struggling right now, and it's our fault. Well, it's not indigenous people's fault, but it's humans' fault.
Right.
And the salmon need the fucking land back. They need their river back.
That's
So
right.
that the salmon can go.
Damn,
Like,
that's so
this is
true.
not just for humans. This is for the salmon, for the bees. This is for all of the animals that, like the wolves, all these animals that are on the road to just extinction because of capitalism and colonialism. And it's kind of surreal to hear people like say land back and then everybody responds. Like, it's kind of the weirdest thing ever. Like, as an indigenous person, like, the reason I said my name here is like, I'm tired of being erased from existence. Like, we don't exist, and we really haven't to a lot of people until this year. And I know people are finally waking up to indigenous issues, and that's a fucking direct result of the Black Lives Matter movement.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that is
Damn.
a
Talk about it.
From that. And I'm so grateful that people are supporting us now. But I really need people to understand the full weight of what you're saying when you say land back. Like, if the indigenous people of the land you're on, if they came to your house and they said you need to give us our land back, would you?
Right.
That's what I want to know. Like, are you here to fight cops, or are you here to give the land back and protect Black and indigenous lives? Like, what are you here for?
Right.
Hey! Say that! Say that!
Woo!
Yeah, so I've been really mad. We've been struggling for so fucking long. We've been struggling for so long, and I'm really I guess my main goal, especially for right now, and to lead up into I'm trying not to say too much, because I have an hour to, hopefully, if I get to talk tomorrow, and I'm really excited.
Yes. So are we. Shit.
Thank you for finally waking up to our issues. I'm so grateful for all the people who have been reaching out to the reservations and have been sending supplies, and I'm so grateful that people are bringing water to the Warm Springs Reservation finally, and I'm so grateful for all this. But it is constant work for people who don't have a lived indigenous experience. It is a constant work to fight for indigenous lives, and you have to make sure, you can never take a break in it, and you always have to make sure your heart is in the right place. And so land back isn't just a back and forth call. This has a lot of weight to it. So many of us have died because of this.
Yes.
So many of us have died. So many indigenous people have killed themselves over this. Indigenous peoples have the highest rates of suicide in the country. This is more. This is our lives. This is our whole fucking existence. And please don't take it lightly. And I think that's all I'll say for tonight. I have a lot more to say tomorrow. Yeah, so thanks for listening, and thanks for supporting this family and helping them continue their relationship with the land that they have here.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you. Woo! That was so good.
Wow, it's screaming. Okay, I'm gonna just point it down to the fire really quick.
Beautiful. So it's TBD.
Somebody asked where we are. We're at the
we'll
Red
put out
House.
a call.
So that's why I'm pointing down, because I'm protecting all other identities.
So,
she gave permission. She was an indigenous youth.
So that was just
Hey,
a
honey
quick
boo.
speech. Tomorrow.
I'm aiming at a
We'll
fire.
let you know.
Still figuring it
No,
out.
I wasn't going to say anything,
Okay.
but I have to add on to what
Actually, hold on.
my
So I'm gonna be in selfie mood, but you can listen.
Land back means land back. It's not a fucking label. It's not something to capitalize off of. It's not something that you're just tagging up on buildings. It means land back at all costs. Okay? And Lila Jean here said, it's not just about us. The future of this planet, the future of humanity, the future of so many lives of animals depends on land back. So if you got family with money, tell them to give up their fucking money. Tell them to give up their fucking generational wealth and give it back to the people who have been taking care of this shit. If you got family who have multiple houses, who have fucking vacation homes, fucking beach houses, give that shit up.
Right.
Stop fucking hoarding your wealth. Stop fucking hoarding your territory that doesn't belong to anybody. Y'all need to give that shit up, because you're hoarding. When I say you're, I'm mostly talking to white people. Your fucking hoarding is killing us.
Yeah.
Your hoarding is violence. It is literally genocide. You are the reason that people are being displaced. You are the reason that people are dying. You are the reason that animals are going extinct. You are the reason our fucking rivers are being polluted. Fucking white people and capitalism and colonialism is the reason why my fucking hometown, I want to go back to my land, but the water is gone because of Nestle, because of fucking corporations, because of fucking greed, because of fucking white people, because of fucking capitalism, because of fucking colonization. Okay? So it's not just
she tell us her name
You
again?
need to return.
Can you tell us your name again?
Lila Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm Lila Jane.
Awesome.
And then that was A who spoke. Even though you have to return the land to us, fixing colonialism and capitalism is not our problem. Okay? That's white people, that's your job. That's what you need to fucking do. You need to return the land, and you need to work with us, and you need to fix all this fucking bullshit that the ancestors brought onto here. Okay? It doesn't even matter. And I know lots of the white people like to be like, okay, well, I didn't do that. It doesn't matter. You're white. Your existence, you have so much fucking privilege. I have privilege. I'm half white, okay? I have such white-ass skin, and I can talk up here, and I'm less worried about being attacked because my skin is white, okay? You need to fucking do shit. Like, it's not enough to just be here as a white person. Like, you need to do more. Like, what you think is enough is the bare minimum.
Ooh.
That's
Let him
it.
know.
That was
Beautiful. Woo! What's your at? Hey, get that.
On Instagram, it's LilaJane4, LILAJANE4. This is kind of weird. My cashapp is Strong Indigenous, and then A's cashapp is One Vulture. Yeah.
The number or the letters? The letter.
Letter. O-N-E Vulture.
okay. O-N-E Vulture.
And mine is just Strong Indigenous.
Strong Indigenous
I guess my
and One Vulture are their cash apps.
Strong
Strong Dash Indigenous. If you want to
Yeah, that really did hit home,
reparations,
Michael.
if you guys are into reparations, please send to this beautiful girl.
I don't know. Do whatever you want with it.
You're amazing.
Thank y'all.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna aim this shit down. Fire. It's a pretty fire,
What was
guys.
A's cash app again?
One vulture. One vulture.
One
Spelled
vulture.
O-
Give
Give it up for Lila, you guys. Give it up. I don't know if you guys heard the pain in the voices. I don't know if you guys understand what Lila's feeling right
I'll
now.
repeat it after
And
this
indigenous
speaker.
people in this country are feeling right now.
Strong Indigenous.
For our indigenous brothers and sisters to say that it took black lives for them to get the attention that they deserve from day one is a fucking shame.
I'm
that
aiming
was
down
wild.
to
And I'm
protect
standing here
identities, just so you know
representing
why I'm
the
showing
King
you the
family
fire.
And all of our indigenous brothers and sisters is how we make amends to those people who were here before we were brought here in chains.
Right.
This is their land.
I'm sure they'd
So
welcome
you
you.
understand, when we talk about land back, for those of you who were here yesterday, when they put this fence up and had the nerve enough to tell us, don't cross this fence when we leave, they must have been fucking smoking crack or something.
They didn't get to leave.
They didn't even get to leave. And they provided us with all these lovely fucking barricades.
And fences.
Uniform construction blocks.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Understand?
You like that? You
Yeah,
like
it's not a fucking propaganda, and it's not an advertisement, it's not a fucking slogan. When we say this is what community looks like, look around you. This is what
Very.
community looks like.
This is the future.
The amazing ability and the quickness with which you guys came together to fortify this location and to barricade us in here is just a small testament of what can happen when people come together when something really fucking matters to them.
Right.
And for those of y'all who know Mama Kenny like I do, the Kenny family matters to us.
Yes.
To all of us.
Yes.
They are the reason why we are here. And when Lila is taking the time to profess her pain and to show you how much it fucking hurts, we need to appreciate that. And we need to understand
that the indigenous people acted just like all of us did in love when we extended our love to these white men who turned around and destroyed every fucking one of us and all of our families. There was no thanks in fucking giving. No thanks. They murdered families indiscriminately, women and children. They took a land and occupied a space. Well, guess what? It's land back now. Land back.
Land back.
We can occupy and we can take space. And this is what we will do until we get justice, not only for our indigenous brothers and sisters, but for our black brothers and sisters, and this total fucking liberation.
That's right.
Total liberation.
Yes.
They assaulted a space that did not have no need for the government. The Red House was a community unto itself, self-sustained. Everything that existed here at the Red House was provided by this community.
That's right.
We did not need the government for shit.
Facts.
And just like in Tulsa, and just like in so many other places on this fucking map, when a community comes together, they take it and they try and fucking destroy it. Well, no more.
No more.
No fucking more.
No more.
This is what community looks like.
This is what community looks like. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. It is touchy.
Okay.
Take the thing off the
Aim
top.
up for a second.
Nigga.
Woo! No! No! Not that! No! Oh, no. Oh. Ah!
Hey, hold on. There's buttons on
Make
the
it
side
stop!
of it.
Make it stop!
Here,
Is it working now?
here,
Woo!
let me see it.
Woo!
Let me see this thing.
Feedback.
I can work a megaphone. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Nigga, you was asking for help.
I did not ask you for help tonight.
Yes! We love you!
You tell us all the time, let black women lead. Let us figure it out.
All right. Jesus Christ.
No.
I really want to bring it back to Lila. I really want to bring it back to what she was saying as far as the fact that it took black liberation movement for us to even take notice of our indigenous brothers and sisters. And I have to say that I completely see that and agree. I didn't even get in a state where only black and indigenous people in Southern movement.
Damn, snow coming tomorrow.
First thing you said.
I'm gonna get this thing on there.
So we could come down to Cali. That's no problem because we body through the river tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave early. So he want run my big grill. I'm gonna my big grill down there. So we can run the big grill down there tomorrow. Back at 3 hours. I pull in the alley. I pull on the side, earn some out. I just pull in the alley. Shit, lady. I'll pull in the slab. Pull tiny house. Pull in the slab. In the big one I got.
Very positive dude. I need to figure out what I can eat real quick. What can I eat?
So that's the last place you was right there?
Right there. You gotta start coming out this club right here.
For real?
Yup.
There's a club?
Like I don't know what it is actually. I thought it was right on water. He might have.
Frank, you got a minute, brother?
Yeah, for sure.
Raw topic in the house. Y'all know Frank.
What's going on?
Hey, how's everything going with the ride? I saw your video today.
Yeah.
You got the haters still out here messing with you.
Yeah.
They slashed 4 of your tires.
Yeah, I think they put sugar in my gas tank too.
Wait. Let me give you a mic.
For sure.
So you got a light in your hand. So you guys, Frank Nitty, y'all know Frank. He is most famously known for the walk from Milwaukee all the way to DC, and his live streams was popping, still popping to this day. He's got some of the most realest live streams you guys will ever see. He is really personal, and he keeps it 100, and he's a strong activist here in Milwaukee. So, Frank, what brings you down here? Because you got to go to Ohio soon. Are you still going there?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Bring the mic up. Oh, you
tomorrow,
got it right
yeah. Basically, this is something that shouldn't have happened, and it's something that we definitely need justice for. And the family had sent me a flyer, and they reached out, and I said I definitely was gonna come and support this event. And it's unfortunate what happened. It's a tragic thing that happened. The racial slur, being called a racial slur, and you know what I mean, dealing with that in Wisconsin, you know, we deal with that kind of stuff. So
yeah, but you can say this was a hate crime on your opinion of what you hear happened.
Yeah, definitely. To call somebody a racial slur and then shoot them is a hate crime.
Do you think he'll be charged with a hate crime, in your opinion, from what you've seen?
I think that what he's charged with originally and what he charged with the pressure of the people when he's done is two different things. Right now, he might not be charged with a hate crime, but after pressure and applying pressure, with him not being a police officer, I think that it's something that could be obtained.
You think he's a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
You think there'll be protection with some kind of protection?
Sometimes even more protection. You have to realize, like, if a police officer gets shot right now, who they expect to say they like, the police or the fire department? The fire department is the medical team, they the dive team, they everything. So when the fire department shows up on the scene, like a police officer pulls over a fireman, they're not trying to, arrest them. That might be the same person that's supposed to say they like. So when you got the medical staff and the EMTs and the fire department, these are the individuals that's supposed to be saving people out here. They're going to have some type of safety from the police and the government and the institutions and stuff like that. You're going to get that. So, like I said, it might be even more protection, but they're part of the protected class of police as well.
So you definitely had talks with the family to try to help get justice.
I haven't talked directly to the family members.
Okay.
I've had family members reach out and inbox me, but I haven't talked directly to the mom or anything yet. If they need any help or assistance, I would love to help the family. But they just said it would mean a lot if I showed up and supported what was going on. So that's always my first step.
And I'm surprised to see. I looked over and said, "Is that Frank?" Because I know you've been going through some things. People have been trying to drag you down lately. You know, you've been going through a lot with just haters and people trying to stop your movement.
That's never going to stop me from doing work. I do work every day, so no matter what people do, like somebody slashed my tires, but I'm still here. I'm out right now as a visual, you know what I'm saying? And I just went outside to show my tires were slashed an hour ago, so it doesn't stop me from being able to get around. Nothing can stop what I do.
But what I appreciate about you is your honesty, and you go above and beyond to even explain things that I'd be like saying to myself, if that was me, I wouldn't even explain it. Because you tell people, well, this is what I do with the money, this is what I do for a living, or whatever, and you don't have to even explain that, but you do it anyway, because you're just that transparent. So,
and they still don't believe it.
Yeah, and they still got a problem. People always find a way to have an issue.
Yeah, I'm the most transparent activist. Like,
live streaming,
nobody's as transparent as me. Nobody's showing you they.
Well, even as live streaming, you went live when you were getting arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, you showed the whole. I mean, I can't be that personal, and I would like to be, but you're just very open.
A lot of people don't realize I have a relationship with the people that watch me.
Yeah, you do. You have a very strong following, and it's not just followers.
No,
they're
we
strong.
Friends and family. Like, I care about those people more than most of the people that's around me. So it's important for them to see what's going on in my life. It's important for them to know what's going on. It ain't just like I'm showing the world. These are friends and shit. Like, these are people that care about me deeply, that I know gonna support me more than a lot of people that be in your life physically. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So I feel a connection with the people on my life. We connected. You know what I'm saying? When I write a song and I got new music, I be wanting them to hear it more than like a girlfriend or a homeboy. I be wanting the people that support me to be involved with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? When I have an idea, when I'm thinking about something, when I'm going through something emotional, I be wanting to talk to those people. You know what I mean? And it is a true bond in a relationship. I think that it's unique. I don't think anybody else really had that type of bond with their supporters at all. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce got a beehive, but she don't bond with them people. She don't really talk to the people that's in the beehive. Like, I actually talk to the people. If people message me, I talk to them. I try to talk to as many people as I can, and it take a lot of time, but it's a real life family. You know what I'm saying? The Nitty Nation, all the stuff that Nitty say, the Nitty Wide, all that stuff is real life family. It ain't no sexual stuff about it. It ain't no real relationships like that. It's just literally a bunch of people that believe in each other, that support each other, that have become family over time, that have cried together, that have been through emotional experiences. And people don't have to understand our relationship or why they continue to support me. They continue to support me because people trying so hard to stop me from going. So you're going to have people that try that hard to keep me going.
And you got amazing support. When you walked from Milwaukee to D.C., the funding that made that possible from your followers, I heard it was in the uppers of 100,000.
That's not true.
That's not, was it that much? No. Okay.
People, that was one of the rumors that they thought would hurt me that actually helped me. When they said that, they thought people would be like, F that guy, but they didn't. They was like, congratulations to him.
Even if it was, look at the move, look at the walk from Washington.
I had X amount of money that I made throughout the year from all of my political endeavors with all of the people that was running for office that wanted me to endorse them, the David Crowleys and the Paul Didinskys and coming on my show, and even the Republican people that tried to get me to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and they compensated me to come on my show. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? You have to.
Did you ever see your show out of that studio that you
That's my house.
That's the studio?
Yeah, that's my house.
That was lit.
With the mics and stuff, that's my house.
Why don't you ever do a live stream studio?
That's what I'm saying. Show. So before I had the urban perspective, before the marches, before the Cash App, before any of this, I had the urban perspective. And politicians used to come on my show because I had a large audience. I've always had a large audience. They used to come on my show, and we would sit there and talk. And I would have a judge on there, and they would talk about their life, how they got where they was.
This live stream?
The traumas of their life, yeah, live. And I would ask them questions. They would talk about why they became a judge, what they went through, what their worst stuff was going through. racism, anything, just terrible experiences, whatever. And they would talk to my audience, and I would actually, like when we talked about legislation, the point of the urban perspective was I would break down what they were saying in a more urban way, where everybody can understand the laws that they're trying to fight, where everybody understood the section code they was talking about, where everybody understood, like, who do you call? Do you know to call your alderman or your state representative or your congressman? Who do you call? You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we'll go to the district attorney.
Mercy upon this woman, bless her, cover her right now under the blood. Jesus. So this is where you live?
Yeah, I'm originally from the Bay
I
Area.
remember you were telling me, Stockton. And then I looked around, I was like, where did it go? And this is,
I was following, I was like 18 minutes behind you all day. I was at the courthouse at 3:18.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Because we went there and it was,
Here, and then I said, they're in Sherwood. Where's Sherwood?
I'm so
And then I went to
sorry.
I'm so grateful for you. And I went to good. If I go, I do it like so long. She's a big so smart. Really are. It's not like that. This is an area where I think really, there's a stronghold in this area.
All these three are from Stockton.
Very much. This is why I don't cry. But I look at
All of these people are from Stockton. All of them. Yes. Praise God. Yes. Thank you so much. God bless you. Are you guys from this area too? Or? Hey, where is that?
It's like 30 minutes.
I know everything in this area, everything's 30 minutes from everywhere.
Here's another brother from Stockton right here, guys. He's Stockton. They're all Stockton. Yeah. Hook up with them.
Going next to a body still. In a park or something. You get that sometimes? Oh, okay. So now,
I look around and it's like, I don't want to do it by myself. It's like, I'm getting the knowledge, but I want to be, really accurate and have somebody back me up. Even though God has somebody back me up, but it's like, I want to have somebody, you're not the only one, right?
Brother Roger, who's on this way. We have a lot of people with us in the this way. He's on our course. People have been baptized with him. And they said, wow, if we get your number. Okay, so that's what a young lady told me yesterday. Never been baptized. She loved me. She's full of knowledge. She was like searching the scriptures. I was like, yeah. So I know all these people.
They're like, she could not do this.
Even if it's 5, yeah, there's 10. Yeah. That's right. It'll be a good time. Thank you. Love you.
I know what God is able to do.
I'm getting cold, so I gotta go. Praise the Lord. What a day. Amazing. I'm inspired.
To walk in my faith,
There's a lot of hope.
I'm a witness that
Saturday, San Francisco, already the Lord has done so much. Please continue to support my prayer. God bless you. Yeah.
And in Portland, to have hot meals and warm clothes and a dry place to lay their head at night. And that's what this community is about. The government has shut down on us. They have denied us the right to live freely in this country, and we will not stand for that anymore. The time for talking has been so far gone. It is now time for action, and this is what our action is. We are not aggressively doing anything other than maintaining our right to exist in this space for the Kinney family and with the Kinney family.
I want to get your response to some of the things we've heard from police in the past couple of days. The chief saying, you know, this isn't fair to the other neighbors who live in this area, and saying that they have concern about a stockpile of weapons.
So, number one, this family has been in that house for 70 plus years. So the majority of the people that are in this neighborhood now who have complaints just moved into this neighborhood. The families that know the Kinneys, they know what they are about. They know they are a peaceable family. They know they are a stand-up family. They know that they are a family that has never turned their back on anyone in this neighborhood. And so the ones who have a problem are the ones in these high-rises, these square boxes you see, the ones they're building right here. It's part of the gentrification of North Portland, and that is the issue. The families that have been here, that have a right to this land, it is being taken from them by force. The time that I have personally been here, there's been one neighbor that has a running complaint, and that is nothing that we have not been able to resolve on numerous occasions. And as far as stockpiling of any weapons, this is a family zone. There's no one here that are not out without their legal rights to carry. There's no one in here with loaded weapons. There are no bombs in here. There are no Molotov cocktails in here. There are families here. There are women and children on the hill. There are elderly people on the hill. There are handicapped people on the hill. This is a family environment. We are not destructing anything. We are trying to maintain a piece of property that should belong to the family and that will stay belonging with the family.
Have you been in conversations with anyone from Portland Police or from the city of Portland or anything like that about achieving your goals here or coming to some sort of agreement?
And so I won't call them negotiations, but we finally have an ear after an extreme measure like what you see behind you. This is what has to be done just to get an ear. This protest has been going on for months now. Voices have been screaming out to be heard for years. And so we have an ear now. And let's see what exactly they are willing to hear, because we have so much to say.
Any progress so far?
Well, the progress is what you see here. This is progress. This is progress. This is progress. There's a community up there. There are things being built now, not destructive things, things that sustain the community, not to cause any harm to anyone. You want to see how to build a city, a town, a nation? That's how you do it. It starts right there from the inside out. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Yeah. At this time, since we have you, is there anything you can say just about how your family's doing and just kind of what you think of everything we've seen this summer?
So, I am one of many families. Patrick Kimmons was murdered here by the Portland police. His mother was here today in support of the Kinney family in the midst of all of her grief and her suffering. And until we get justice for Patrick Kimmons as well, I just want Letha to know that we got you, and the fight will continue. For 2 years, she has been fighting for justice. It is time to have Patrick Kimmons' case reopened.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Guys.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you. All right, cool. So that's Gary Floyd cousin of George Floyd. He's out here running the food tables, helping out the community here, and yeah, that's his word on everything that's going on here. I'm gonna end the live there. I was just coming in for the interview, and I'll be back up in a little bit. Boop boop.
Alright, fuck it. We'll come back later if anything pops off. Salty Cactus, good to see you, my man. I love you. Alright, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. I'm sure something's going to pop off, it looks like. But kind of a weird, uneventful day, but a lot still seems to be happening. Seems like the police are kind of content to just let this go to the weekend and try to look for a reason to let this get crazy. I think they want some reason, a provocateur act, an act of insurrection for them to go in guns a-blazing. But I'm going to play a little bit more of this Cyberpunk, see if anything pops off, and then I need a break of this game. This is starting to get a little ridiculous, the story. I go in between loving this and hating this. Alright. Talk soon.